So in today's portalbox session, I want to do a part 2 with Daniel Bergman. The first video I did with Daniel, it really seemed like some relevant things came through. He seemed very angry in the first video, so I'm hoping he'll come through today and just, maybe give us some more answers about why he did what he did and, maybe help his family feel better. They're just so upset about what he did. And I don't know if you remember in the part 1 video, but Daniel actually unalived himself in the woods. I don't think he left a note. He didn't really say anything, but he was having a lot of problems. So I guess it was too much for him to take. So he sent me some questions because Daniel does have a 14-year-old brother. His name is Dennis. And he's been very traumatized about what Daniel did too. And so we wanted to try and communicate with Daniel again and just see if he would say something to his little brother. Daniel Bergman, I have your picture here. Will you come through and give us some more messages today?
It
sounded like it said no way. We don't want to make you angry. We don't want to do anything to upset you. It said fine. But your dad does need answers about why you did what you did. He's not responsible for your anger and your problems, right? It said I'm right here. Boast. So I'm trying to just keep the static down on the portal box so it can be pretty clear. And then I have the microphone down lower now this time too. It's right there. Daniel Bergman, if you're here, will you come through and say your name? Your dad needs to know that you're okay. Will you come through and give your dad a message? What about your brother? It sounded like it said sorry, and then it was hi Dennis. Can you say your brother's name loud and clear so we could hear it? They have more questions for you. Is that okay? It sounded like it said, I guess so. Then it said go ahead, and then it said, I guess so, again. On the first session with me, you said something about Jezebel. What were you talking about? It says nope. Why'd you say Jezebel? Daniel, if you're here, can you come near these lights and light them up? That was weird. I went like that, but I didn't touch them. Can you light up the lights, all of them? Can you make them stop? That was really weird. All I did was I went like that. I don't think that's me. Is it? You have to touch it. Can you reset it? Daniel, will you light up all those lights for your brother? It said Kevin. Who's Kevin? Daniel, are you still angry about your life? I mean, are you doing better now in heaven? Like, is that where you are? Are you in a better place? Someone said I'm okay, and then it was like, yeah. Did you know about your poor little brother Dennis, who was very sad, and it's very hard for him now after you did what you did? Did you know that? It says witty. It sounded like it said, I know. Do you have a message for your brother? You done? 40? Terry? Lauren? Who's Lauren? Camera? It sounded like it said, like, he's a young man. Look, your brother was only 14 and he loves you too. And it was pretty selfish what you did. Like, why didn't you try to get help, Daniel? It sounded like it said, I'm sorry.
Sure.
It says fact. Daniel, don't you think you should feel ashamed of yourself for doing that to your little brother? He's only 14.
Proud of him.
Proud of him? Is that what you said? I thought I heard it say I'm proud of him again. There was like a sentence right there, and it sounds like the same guy coming through. Too many? Aren't you happy now that if you're in heaven? Yes. Can you say happy? I heard a woman say like perfect, but then a guy said, "Am I right?" Sarah? Dennis was always so proud when he sat by you at holidays and in the summer. There's pictures of you and Dennis clearly showing how high Dennis respected you. Did you know that? It sounded like it said, I said love. So you're okay now? It says omen. Why did you do what you did? It said like, I don't know, guide. Do you know the shame and pain that you have caused your family by doing what you did?
Human factor.
I keep hearing a guy respond. I'm hoping this helps some, and I'm just reading questions that his dad sent me. It said crystals and then sinned. And it's really sad to me. I mean, I want to bring them peace to about what happened, but how do you actually have peace if your child does something like that? I don't know. It said I'm in heaven. Daniel, are you really at peace now? It said green light. Why did you say sinned? It's hard. Man, it was like a whole sentence. It sounded like the same guy, and I heard something about accept my apology. Is that your message to your brother and your dad that you're sorry? It says sure. Moving fast. I told you. This is Alexander. Can you say something to your dad to help him not be so upset? It said, like, tell him I'm alright. Are you really at peace now? Can you say peace? No. It said, yeah, I am. And then that said, no vision. Left hand. Why did you say left hand?
The ram shot.
Daniel, do you find music up in heaven? It sounded like it said all the time. You said it, I'm a leader. Can you say my name, Daniel? It said it was all Amanda. And that said locked. It said like, I'm fine, Amanda. Can you say or do something to your dad to prove that he can just move on with his life and not be so sad anymore? Like, he needs to move on. How can you help him do that? It said end. End what? What advice or message would you tell your dad? How can he move on? What should he do? It said like we had a connection. What about your brother? What would you say to him to help him move on? Are you around your brother now? Like, can you say on here what he does? What does your brother do with a lot of his time? Can you say it?
He cannot.
said measurement. Look both ways. Are you able to visit your family, your brother and your dad? Do you visit them? It said yes. When do you visit them? Do you do something to show them that you're around them?
There were no
Do you still miss your ex-girlfriend, Karita? It sounded like it said what we had was special. Your dad wants to know if you'll come through on one of the apps to communicate with him. The REM pod, the Transcend Theory, the Hope Spirit Box, the Necrometer, Ghost Tube Seer by AI. And will you let him read your thoughts, Daniel? Your poor dad. It says psychic. Agree. Horrific. Yeah, what you did was horrific. Are you sorry about what you did now? Are you sorry and not angry now?
vacation voucher. Why?
Your dad says that you already know he was trying the spirit box, the REM pod, and the cat balls. Are you able to do that? Is your energy weak or strong, Daniel? Here's a kitty ball. Will you light that up? Can you light up that kitty ball right there? Can you show your dad that you're okay? And you're happier? Can you say happy? He says something. Do you still remember the game Slotomania? Who was your very last picture I got from you about Slotto King? A screenshot between you and your Uncle Roger. What was the picture? Your dad wants to know how he will see you and meet you in heaven. Phantom. It said for sure.
Centers.
Are you good and safe in heaven?
Great.
It said great. It says portal on the necrometer. Definitely. What would you say to your brother Dennis? What message?
I know.
Your dad wants to know why you don't light up the REM pod when other people do. Like, do you know who Harley Morris is? Harley Morris lights up the REM pod through the whole video. Like, Daniel, can you light up that REM pod? Do you know who Harley Morris is? He's missing. It says drown. Do you know who Harley Morris is? He's missing. Are you able to help find him? Can you light up those lights right there to show your dad that you are here? Will you light up the REM pod for your brother? It laughed. It was all... Is that funny? Will you light off that REM pod? That would be funny. It says I'm upset. It says I'm... Oh my god. It said like I'm upset and then woman. And it says beam. That was weird. It was like I'm upset woman. Daniel, why are you so mad? Why are you so upset? Why are you so angry? What's your problem? It said like... Oh my gosh. It said like... I heard this say, patience, Amanda. And then this says, be quiet and listen. Maybe. Okay. I'll be quiet and listen.
300.
Daniel, you were smiling in that picture. You look happy. It says medication. Why do you say that? It says yes. What do you look like up in heaven? Do you look like that picture? Are you happy? Are you smiling in heaven? Do you look the same? Once again, why won't you light off that REM pod? It said absolutely. And this said I don't have to. Why are you like that? What's wrong with you? Why are you so mad? Can you say a kind word or phrase in Norwegian for your dad to let your family know that you are close to me, to Amanda and us? What can you say in Norwegian? Something kind? Go ahead. I thought I did hear a few answers, and one sounded like Norwegian or another kitchen.
Yeah.
It said puppy. Do you remember me doing the spirit app with you where you gave me some images? Will you give me a nice image for your brother? Something nice, and it would show him where you are, and that you're okay, and that he should be okay. Can you give me an image on this device, Daniel? For your brother. It's got bookshelves with books, like a library. Why do you send that image? That's for your brother. It said, I want to be like him. It's an empty room of a house with a bright light. What does that image mean? It sounded like it said I'm mad. Don't be mad, Daniel. No one's mad at you. It's more like they're sad that you're gone. They miss you. Do you get that? Just like it said, I see that. Will you give me another image for your dad? Right away. Oh, it's got a guy looking.
The boss.
Is that supposed to be your dad or something? What's that image? Well, what can you say or do to make him feel better? He's not even sleeping. He's crying all the time. What do you have to say? What about your brother? Do you want to say or do anything else before I go? Yeah, what about an image of like where you are? Are you in a nice place? Then I won't bug you anymore. If you're in heaven, will you say heaven? Of course.
Not every day.
Every day. Will you send me one more image? Here it is. It's a hallway. It sounded like it said I sent it in that same voice. It's like the hallway with windows. What is that image? A hallway or entrance, maybe that would signify like a new beginning, a new path. Well, Daniel, I hope you're doing better now, and I hope you are in a good place and you're happier. Sound like it said dad. Do you want to say something to your dad or Dennis before I go?
Works naturally.
Sound like it said love. Will you light up the REM pod to show them that you're okay? Doesn't want to light up the REM pod. So that kind of shows you that Harley Morris was, he liked the REM pod and he was lighting it up the whole time. So it shows you the difference. It's not going off at all now. Well, Daniel, I hope you're doing better and I hope you're in a better place. So thank you for talking to me. Goodbye. Well, that's the end of the portal box session with Daniel. I hope that it gives his family a little bit of peace, and the images looked like they didn't look too negative, and like Daniel doesn't want to light up the REM pod, but I think he probably is doing better now. He seemed pretty angry before, so I think he's better. Hopefully he's at peace. Well, if you liked the portal box session with Daniel, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I mean, I know I haven't really been responding to too many comments. Honestly, I kind of stepped back from YouTube for about a week. I think sometimes you have to just take a break and step back, and so I was kind of feeling like that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.